Hello students, welcome back to our maths class. My name is Anjali and today we are going to study a chapter of class 7, which is chapter 5. So students, I hope you all are fine, safe and doing good at your places. So let's start with our today's class. I'm going to show you few images students. First of all, you have to name those images, okay? Just see this first one. Yes, is it? Yes, it is a window. And what about the next image which I'm going to show you? Yes, it is a table. Very good. And what about this third one? Yes, that is the railway track. Now students, you have to see something that you might be seeing common in all these images. Yes, very good. So if you are saying that we have some kind of, see these straight things we can see, right? In the table also, in the railway track also, these are the straight things we can see in all this. Very good students. So now if I ask you that, if I show you all these three things, so what do you, are you inferring something from this by looking at the images also? Yes, exactly. They are also straight. These three are also least straight. Very good students. So now if I ask you that, do you know what actually we call this as the name of PQ? What is the name of AB or this OP written? Hmm, okay, no issues students. So today students, what we are going to study, we are going to study about this only, that what names do we give to these different types of straight things which you are seeing. Okay, so today our topic of discussion is about the line segment, the ray and the angle which is formed by all these lines, its concept also, and with its example we are going to discuss it. So what is our topic? Is line segment, ray and angle. We're going to discuss both concept as well as the example of it. Okay. Very good students. So now let's move ahead. So if I say that what is actually a line, what is a line segment or a ray? So students, you can see that how we can distinguish that what is a line segment, what is a ray and what is a line. Okay. So are you seeing the endpoints of these? No. So students, whenever we describe any line or line segment or array, we say that the line segment has the two endpoints, which you correctly guess that a line segment is having the two endpoints. Okay, these are the two endpoints. And what about a array? How many endpoints it has? Yes, only one endpoint a array has. So you can say, if I'm considering this to be a line segment, so I will say that it will be having the two endpoints. And if I talk about a ray is only having the one endpoint. So if we have the a line segment AB, this we can say AB is a line segment because it has a two endpoints. And what about a ray? If I give it a name as P and Q, yes. So the ray PQ, it has only the one endpoint. And what about a line, students? Yes, a line does not have any endpoints. Very good. If I tell you to draw a line over here, so you will draw a line which has the no endpoints in it. Okay. So this, we have seen that how a line segment has two endpoints. AB is a line segment. We can write over here AB is line segment. And PQ is a, yes, it is a ray. Why? Because it is having only a single endpoint. Okay, one endpoint. And if we extend, students, the two endpoints in either direction endlessly, we are, what we are saying? We are saying that we are getting a line. Yes, because they do not have any endpoints. So here ST is a line. And we have discussed how a described array has one endpoint. Yes, namely its starting point, means this is the starting point which is we are giving as the array, which it has only one endpoint, this one, because on the other side it is going endlessly, the other point of it. Very good, students. So now let's move ahead. So there is one question for you students. You have to opt as true or false that array has two endpoints. So is this a true or a false statement? Yes, very good. You can punch your responses in the comment section, students. Yes. So basically this is a false statement. And why it is false? Yes, because array does not have two endpoints. It has only one endpoint. So we can say that this is false. You can mark it also over here if you want. This is a false statement. So what is the error over here? That it is written it has two endpoints, but we know that array has only one endpoint. Yes, students. So let's move ahead now. What do you see? Yes, you must be watching the roads. The roads are connected, right? There are four roads which are connected. So if I ask you students that you might be seeing this some kind of arrows, right? So are these depicting that these are the rays? Yes, the pink arrows, they are depicting that rays. Okay, let me show you one another image, students. Yes, what about this? Yes, it is a hand fan which we usually people use. Okay, so students, if I ask you that we are depicting two rays over here, that making of the something, the connection of the roads, right, interrelated. And also you can see if I consider this fan, so if I mark over here these two rays, like first one is this and second one I will be marking it as like this. So what do you see over here, or what can you infer from here? Yes, that these are the what I have drawn the two rays, which is because it is having one endpoint only and other side it will go endlessly, right? Here also I have marked rays. So students, now let us discuss about the angles, because they are what forming the angles. Let's talk about that what are angles. So students, an angle, we can say it is formed when lines or the line segments they meet each other. Okay, so students, if we have a line over here, you can say that OA is what? Yes, OA and OB, they are the rays. We can say when the rays is also meeting, then angle is being formed over here. And O is the vertex. What is name we are giving to O? Yes, it is a vertex. And the angle which is formed, students, this is the name of the angle, is the angle AOB, right? Where the two rays they are meeting, or we can say lines or line segment also meet, so they form an angle. So here angle formed is angle AOB. So this is an angle. Okay, and what is the vertex? Where those two line segments they are meeting each other, right? Or the two rays they are meeting each other. So we can say they are the that point is the vertex, the point of meeting. So, so I hope students it is clear to you till now over here what are we discussing about the angle. So now if I ask you that if you have something around you from which you have to make an angle, so you have to make it and see, just are you able to form any angle from the things? Yes, like I can also show you here that I have two pens with me. So if I just hold these pens like this, okay, at the common vertex O, and now you can see what I have formed. Yes, I have formed an angle between these two rays or the line segments we are saying. Okay, when the line segments also meet, they also form the angle. So here an angle is being formed. Very good, students. And a common vertex you can see from the point where I am holding these pens. Okay, so this is the common vertex. So now let's move ahead. Yes, students. So what do you see now on your screen? Yes, it is a house. So in this house also, majorly what things are being depicted over here, that this is made up of, yes, by joining the lines we can say we have made this house. Okay, so students, if I ask you to identify the angles formed over here, so will you be able to identify and mark them? Yes, so you can draw in your notebooks also this house and try to mark the angles which are visible to you over here. Okay, yes. So just now which we have discussed and I have written on the board also, so few of the angles I will also mark it for you, and rest you can find that where the two lines they are meeting, or the two rays we can say they meet. Yes, so students, few of the angles I have marked for you. I think you can see over here, right? I hope you also have marked them. So these are the few angles. So students, at the different places we can find out the angles which we can see around us also. And what about students, this, are you able to see any angles over here? Yes, just try to name those angles, as we have studied the naming also, we have studied how to name an angle. Yes, very good. So if you are saying that there is an angle ABC which is formed over here, very good. One angle is angle ABC. And what about other angle? Yes, angle BAC. And the third angle? Yes, you might be noticing one more, which is angle ACP. And students, this is the representation of the angle, the symbol which I am drawing over here. We represent angle by usually this symbol. Because here also we can say that if I consider this, an angle is being formed over here. So that is why we are representing the angle symbol with this. So all these are representing that angle ABC, angle BAC, and angle ACB. Because so you can also jot down these few points, students, that what is the representation of angle and what are the few angles which we have found out over here. So let's move ahead now. So students, if I ask you that what do you see currently on your slide? Yes, we are watching that there is a few images we can see. Now just identify, students, that where are the formation of angles. If I ask you that in which figure angle is not being formed. Yes, you must be guessing right that it is in the third one, where we are not able to find any lines, or where line segments are meeting, or we have the meeting points of two rays. So here in this figure we will not be able to find any angle. Okay, very good, students. So now it's time for you to fill in this blank, that a or and dash is formed when line or line segments meet. So students, what is usually formed when line or line segments meet? You can punch your answers in the comment section. You can write it there. Very good, students. So if you are giving answer as an angle, so you are absolutely correct that an angle is formed when the line or line segments meet. Very good. So let's now move ahead, students. Okay. So if here I ask you that, what do you see? First of all, tell me. Yes, you must be watching that there are some of the, you can say, the line segment you can see, right? And some kind of formation of angles also you must be seeing over here. Yes or no? Yes, very good, students. So basically we are saying over here that we are able to see a line is being formed, also a ray is being formed over here in this. Very good, students. So now what are we going to do? We are going to discuss about the examples of the line segment, ray and angle. Okay, that what are the few examples. So if I ask you that in this figure, just name one ray, if you can name that, where are you able to see one ray? Very good. So it, the ray, if I ask you, you must be getting the right that it could be BC or EF, right? These are the ray. If I talk about the few example, like there is one BC, there is EF. Okay, very good, students. So now let's see the example that what we have to do in this figure. Just see this type, this figure also. It is similar to that only because it is consisting of few of the rays or the line segment line also. So now, students, we can see over here that what are the rays in this. Yes, the ray is OA, OB, OC, OD and OE, because we know that a ray has one end point, right? So from here we can identify that there are five rays we can see from here, which is OC, OA, OD, OE and OB. Okay, yes. So now let's see what are the few lines which we can see in this figure. Okay, just see few lines are AB, CD, yes, and what else? Yes, CBD, or we can say DC also. If we have to name it on the other way, we can name it DC or CD, or we can name AE, AB or BA, right? So these are the two, these are the four lines actually. If we are naming it differently, so these are the few lines which we can see. So students, if we are saying a line, we can say that what is actually we are talking about. Yes, we are talking about that a line segment. Line segment, we are saying that it has the, you can go from here and see if you want to finish it up again, that line segment has the two endpoints, but if we are talking about line, it has no endpoints. So here also we have identified few of the lines which has no endpoints, like the AB, CD, DC and BA. And what about, students, few angles are also seen, we can see over here. Very good, they are written AOC. So students, if I have to write the angles in the symbolic form, then how can I write this in the symbol form? Yes, we have one way we have learned that how we can write the angle. It is like the symbol this. So what angles are we able to see where the two lines or the line segment they are meeting? The rays are meeting also, you can say. Yes, some of the angles you can see that AOC you must be watching out. And what about the other angle? Yes, there is some reflection, I guess. Yes, students, so that is the angle AOC, and other is angle COB. We can also see. Just see the names where COB is it an angle? Yes. And students, apart from these angles also, can you name few more angles in this? Yes. So where we can see BOD. Is BOD written over here among the five angles which are which we they are telling that these are the angles? No. But students, we can say that BOD is also an angle, right? If we are forgetting, we are hiding OE ray, so we can see BOD is also forming a angle. Okay. Yes. And now just look upon the AOE. Is it forming an angle? Yes. If we hide OD, so we can say that AOE are also forming the angle. So like students, we can find out the many angles which are hidden over in this figure. And what about the common vertex, students? If I ask you the about the angle COB, which is the vertex? Yes, very good. The vertex is O. O is vertex. Very good. So if you have to note down few points, and also we can identify that what are the different angles also present over here. So similarly, you can identify that also and just note it down. Yes. So now let's proceed ahead. So students, if I ask you to list some real life examples of the figures, some of the figures which includes this line segment, ray or angle. So what figure can you think of, or you have to tell that which are those figures? Yes. First, if we consider a square figure, so we can say that yes, a square is also having the line and the angles formed in it. And if I talk about this scale is also possessing some kind of shape, right? So here also we can see that what is we are having lines, we are having angles formed over here by this line and this line, right, over here. And also if I talk about the some of the things are also made, we can normally make it by using this pen. Okay, so we can say how an angle is being formed over here. Yes, so few more figures also, students, you can search out which are including this line segment, ray and angle, and just see that how what is the, if you have to name, if you name those, then how can you find out that which is the angle or which is the ray? Okay. Yes, so now let's move ahead. Okay, so here what we are having a figure in which what you have to do, you have to choose the correct option, that in this figure what is OC. OC is a line, or B is written what is OC. OB, they have given OB is a line and OC is a ray. So out of these three options, which is the correct option? You can take your time and you can write your answers in the comment section, students, that which is the correct option. Is it A, is it B, or C? You have to look carefully through the OC and OB. Two things we have to see. So what is actually this? Yes, very good, students. So if you are giving the answer that the correct option C is correct, that OC is a ray, then you are definitely correct. And why OC is a ray? Yes, because we have seen that OC has one end point. Okay, they are not the lines, because we are saying that line, it does not have any end point, right? Yes, very good, students. So OC and OB, they are not the lines, they are rather OB is also a ray. OB is a ray and OC is also a ray, which is having one end point. Right? And from the other end point, they can just be stretched endlessly. It could be moved the continuously. So that is why we are saying that OC is what? It is a ray. Very good, students. So students, what have we discussed in our today's class? Yes, today we have discussed about the concept and example of line segment, ray and angle. Okay, we have seen few of the real life applications, and we have solved for few of the application of it, like what are the example of these rays, angles, and the line, and also the line segment. And we have seen how we can make an angle using these pens or other sticks if you are also having at your homes. So how we can make them. Yes. So students, basically what is a line segment? A line segment has only the two endpoints. Okay. Now if we extend the two endpoints in either direction endlessly, then what we are getting? We are getting a line because we are extending the points endlessly, the endpoints. So we say that line has how many endpoints? Yes, a line do not has any endpoint. Line has zero or no endpoints. On the other hand, what can you say about the ray? Yes, ray is that from the starting point, it is having only one endpoint, but the other side, it is getting extended endlessly. So a ray is what? Yes, which has only one endpoint, that is considered to be a ray. And students, what about if I ask you to make a line segment, ray and angle in these four boxes? So you can make it in your notebooks also, that how we will draw a line. Yes, if I have to draw a line, so I will draw a line such that it has its two ends are extending endlessly. So I can depict a line like this. Yes, we have made a line. Okay, let us draw a line segment. Yes, so like this we can draw a line segment. Let me represent it by another color. Or if I talk about that, how what is a ray? Yes, like this we can draw a ray which has one end point, and from the other side it will be extending endlessly. Also students, let if I draw an angle, so let me take two rays, or I can take line segments also. So here like this we can make an angle which has a common vertex over here. Yes, so like this we have drawn an angle also. You can also draw many angles like this from different positions. Only they have two rays or two lines, they should meet at a common point to form the angle. Now students, it's homework for time for you, that what you have to do, that you have to define the following using the appropriate figures. Few of the figures you have to make. You have to name the line also, what is there, what is the line, what is the line segment, what is ray, or what is angle, an angle. And what you have to do here in this worksheet, you have to complete the following, that what is the name of all these different line segment, rays, what is it a line, is it a line segment, or like this. Okay. And activity students you have to perform, you have to make a project like on your scrapbooks. You can take, you have to make line segments, ray and angle. And you have, what you have to do, use some real life objects to like the matchsticks, like the these toothpicks, or we can say, and the earbuds, to make these following type of figure. And what you have to do, after making these figures, you have to name also, name the line segment, rays and angles, okay, shown in these figures. So you can by yourself also you can give the name to them, that ABC, and then mark it that which AB is a line or AB is a ray, like this. Okay, for individual figures you have to do. So that's all for today's class. Thank you students.